Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is going to be the birthday number 11 reading. Your birthday number describes in a sub-opportunity that you have in this lifetime. So your opportunity, your life path, is what you can use alongside your birthday number. You can use them together to complete whatever your life mission is. You have 4 numbers in numerology that are in your core chart: your life path, your expression, your soul urge, and your birthday. So this is the birthday reading, and you find this number by using your day of birth. So if you're watching this, you were born on the 11th day of whatever month of the year. 11 is a master number. So the energies of 11 is a number of illumination. They are the light in the world, right? The way shower to others. These are people that are very sensitive, very understanding, very considerate. They are dreamers, they're inspirational, they're motivational to others, very intuitive. Now, those are all higher vibrations when we're operating in the highest form of whatever the energy is for us. Excuse me. So when 11s are operating in a lower vibration, they will appear to be impractical. They won't have confidence. They'll be critical of their self. They'll be self-conscious. They'll be shy, withdrawn. They'll become vindictive, feeling misunderstood, by others. So consider the energies of you. Consider the space that you're in when you think about, what 11s bring to the table. Alrighty, so I like to pull 3 oracle cards and 3 numerology cards from the deck I created, and then we'll do a 9-card box spread with tarot side by side. So looking at the something else I didn't mention is just like you, let's say that you are aware that in astrology you have your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your north node. When you combine those make up your energetic core. So the 4 videos I do are the 4 numbers that are in your numerology core chart. And if you don't know how to find those numbers, you can always use the links and then watch the videos accordingly. Alrighty. So the first oracle card we have is leadership. And so if you are not already in this position, if you are already not taking charge and paving the way for something in your life, Spirit is saying that this is something that you should prepare for. This is a position that you should move towards, you should consider. And there are many things and ways to lead, right? So if it's not a title of owner, manager, operator, there are other things that you can do to claim leadership in your life and be a way shower for others. Under leadership, we have happiness. And happiness is it's a mindset that we agree with. And because we agree with that space, with that energetic vibration, it is something that we can live, and it is something that we can find present in our life. So happiness is available to you, and in many ways you will have to create it. You will have to establish it. You will have to bring it about. And this could be something that you do independently. This is something that you have to do all by yourself. Under happiness, we have pleasure, but we had an extra card come out, and that was solitude. And so sometimes in order to find the best moment to connect with ourselves, we have to come into a state of solitude in order for peace to prevail, right? And so when we're thinking about the things that please us, sometimes those are things that we have to do. We have to engage in the pleasures of this life that we enjoy. And if those have been lost along the way and you are unsure of what really brings you pleasure, where your desires really lie, I think it's in solitude and time alone that you can really discover the sweet spots of you that bring you true, genuine, authentic joy. right? So far, this is extremely beautiful. We have leadership. This is taking charge of your own happiness and really bringing moments and experiences into your life that you can enjoy and that fulfill you. And it is in solitude. So make time for yourself to recharge, to ask questions, to discover information. At the bottom of the oracle cards, we have wisdom. So, the experiences that we've been through for life, they give us a chance to level up, right? Whether it was an experience that left us feeling traumatized or one that left us feeling uplifted and enlightened and successful. All of the experiences we have in this life give us an opportunity to collect something from them, right? And in order to be the best version of ourselves, we have to collect the things that uplift us about the experiences that we've gone through. And in doing that, that is how we practice wisdom. That's how we gain wisdom. That's how we display wisdom. That's how we apply wisdom gained and learned to the future life experiences that we have. And so as we move through the spaces and the changes of life, I think it is important to only take what will help you in the next level. That's it. And that is wisdom. So it is through the wisdom that you have acquired through your experiences that you are now able to create this happy space. This you're in a moment of independence where you really get to beautify your life. Next to leadership, we have selfless and sophisticated. And so this is the type of energy that you will possess and display. This could be how people label you when they think of the way you lead. You lead with others in mind. You lead thinking of only the best experience for everyone to enjoy. And so you're a leader of the people. You're a leader of others. And, having the master number, an 11 is a way shower. And it is the way you walk that helps others understand how to walk. And so sometimes you may not be leading a thing, an organization, an entity, but it is just how you lead your own energy and live out your own life that seems very classy and graceful and well thought out, right? And so sometimes it is by patterning my walk after your walk that I then learn how to live like you, how to emulate that energy. Next to happiness, we have authoritative and courageous. So sometimes, it takes courage to be happy because it is a choice. It is a choice. And if we really look and reflect at the state of the world and just how we're all feeling and doing and coping, happiness is not always readily available to us either. It is something that we have to choose no matter what our surrounding experience is. And so I think in this situation, Spirit is saying that as you lead and you consider others, consider what people need, consider what you need. Consider the fact that you can teach people to take authority over their own peace and space. You can show people that happiness is attainable no matter what, right? And so you are pouring into people and inspiring them, explaining to them the ways of courage, no matter what you have to endure. And you're teaching them how to be the owner, the leader, the writer of their own story. And happiness is free. It doesn't cost. If we could buy it, I think we would have done so by now. But, yeah, it's a choice. It is something you step into, it's something you live out, something you believe, something you offer to others, something that you receive. It is a whole experience. But it begins with the choice to possess it, to obtain it, to deliver it to others. Next to pleasure, we have diplomatic and warm. Diplomatic and warm. And so I feel like creating spaces in your life and having relationships with others, I think the ones that bring you the most pleasure and the most success are those that feel like they are cooperating with the energy you possess, right? So someone can describe you as being very diplomatic and warm, and that brings them pleasure when they experience connections with you. Or what could bring you pleasure could be the fact that this is the energy you understand you possess, especially as a master number. But you understand that this is a gift, and it is through your diplomacy and it is through your compassion that you are able to lead and guide in the way that you do. But solitude is important, right? Because when you're working with others and when you're leading people in many ways and you're, you know, putting out energy, I think there's always a time that you have to set aside in order to power up and overcome. And so it is in solitude that you can kind of recharge and purge. Um, yeah. At the bottom of the deck for the numerology, we have overly responsible and suffocating. Um, And so, being a leader is understanding the boundaries that you have to set and establish for those that you are leading and showing the way to. And so I feel like you are learning that there are ways to lead and to show and to guide others in a way that's responsible, because you're not self-deprecating, but you're also not crippling the um, you're not crippling the abilities of others by doing too much or assuming their responsibilities as your own, right? So that's where the wisdom comes in. That's when we know how to love and serve others in a way that builds them but doesn't continue the broken patterns of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and put out our 9 cards and see if we can complete our reading. Okay, so the center card is going to be kind of like the main energy, and then we will spring off and use the energies around it. So in the center, we have the 3 of Wands. And so 3s are about creativity, joy, expression, and Wands are about energy, passion, momentum, spirit, drive, force, something that's motivating you and propelling you. And so I feel this is you using your creativity, your urge, your desires. This is you using that force within you to create a vision and to expand your awareness in your mind. So this is in line with happiness. So I feel like this is the energy of what you're doing in your life right now. You're really envisioning what you want your life to look and to feel like. And you're having the courage to create it and to apply yourself. So we also have the Hanged Man. And this is a major life. This is okay, so we have major and minor arcana. And the minors are like everyday events, very powerful. I mean, they do impact us, but these are things that are temporary and passing. But the minor arcana, I don't know why I can't say it. The major arcana, those are like pivotal moments in our life. That represent the journey. When we're born, we're the fool. And so that's the beginning. And when our days end, we'll see the energy that we get to end up in, or how many cycles we get to take through the majors before our time ends here on earth. But nonetheless, this you learning to stop, reflect, not act, and to really allow spirit to enlighten. This is major. This is something that you are understanding. And so I think that you are realizing your connection with spirit plays a part in you envisioning what comes next for you. So as you create your joy, you're tapping into your intuition. You're aligning yourself with the broader perspective. You're seeing things from different angles, right? You're gaining clarity, but it's not through action, it's through insight. And you're putting this vision in your mind. Now, after this Hanged Man and 3 of Wands, we have the Empress. And this is the beautiful energy. Excuse me. This is the beautiful energy of Mother Earth. This is somebody that is compassionate and loving and empathetic and sympathetic. They nurture, they love, they're creative. They have a beautiful energy that nurtures and grows. Um, People, projects, places, things. It's just an energy of birth and life and beauty, right? And so this is what you want to bring into your wife. Whoa, I said bring into your wife. Yo, if somebody is wishing upon a star and they're hoping for this type of energy to enter their life, and if they're looking for their empress, then maybe this is too many. Sorry, if they're looking for their empress, maybe that's what you're looking for, this energy, or you want this energy to show up in your life or to show up in you, but you realize that you are ready to create something. You're ready to birth something. Yeah. Alrighty. So beneath this Three of Wands, this card of expansion and doing more of what we love, we have the Queen of Swords. And this is the energy of being very logical and rational, in being able to cut through the nonsense, the excess that's just not needed. I'll keep that in mind. At the bottom of the deck. Whew, okay. This is where stories start to shift. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords. So nonetheless, we have expansion, and this is somebody that normally is in the energy of the Queen of Swords, who tends to be very logical and rational. And so it is through clarity and communication that we have become inspired to really expand our life in some way. So underneath the Hangman, we have the Queen of Cups. And so as you reverse yourself to see something differently, the Queen of Cups is the energy that we are tapping into. And this is the energy of just being loving, accepting, really giving love, embracing love. This is, this is just a desire to let love flow through you and from you to others and to everything that you tap into. And so, the Hangman is searching for happiness. And so I think this is about learning that happiness comes from love and loving experiences, right? Experiences that are diplomatic and warm bring us the most pleasure. And so when we're thinking about expanding our life, we're really considering about the truths that we hold true to us. What do we want to see more in our experiences? And sometimes it is the absence of happiness. It is the absence of joyful moments in our life that teach us that we have this desire to bring this into it, right? So we have the Queen of Cups. This is then we have the Queen of Swords, followed by the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is about an offer in love, right? This is about your heart being, opened up and excited, and you want to accept this cup because it fulfills you. It's healing. It's nourishing to you and your soul and your heart space and your emotions. And so above the Ace of Cups, that's the energy of the Empress. And I feel like this is about accepting a cup. This is about receiving an offer that turns you upside down, right? This is about experiencing or lacking some type of love, or knowing it's something that you desire. But this is about receiving something that turns you upside down and puts you in this space to really shift the next phase of your life, right? This puts you in the energy of birthing and creating something. Now, above this Three of Wands, which is our central energy, we have the Four of Cups. And this talks about an energy of just kind of being unfulfilled, being over it, being so stuck in disappointment or not being satisfied that we are kind of refusing to accept the possibility of what would come next, right? So this is emotionally investing ourselves into situations that we thought were going to be pleasurable in some way, but we realized that they were very superficial. They had nothing to benefit us. And so this is deciding, am I going to wallow in what was and what wasn't, or am I going to accept the possibility of something new coming in, right? Because the only way to escape this space is if we accept something new that can bring us out of it, right? If we make a new choice, if we have a new perspective. So this hangman has realized the truth about failed experiences of the past, right? So, and understanding why happiness was not present, right? Why happiness was not always a part of what they were involved in. So, nonetheless, we have enlightenment. So, I feel like this energy of being over it, being unfulfilled, I feel like the sun represents enlightenment, understanding something, knowing something. This is about a possibility. It's about hope. And so when the sun comes in, this is when we stop, reflect, and just really soak up what we are being shown. And it is through these visions that we can really expand what we desire for ourselves and what we want to overcome. And it is through stepping into this new energy of the Empress, this creator, this birther, this life giver, that we are going to be presented with a truth. It's about clarity. It's about really understanding why things have to happen the way they do. It's about understanding how to go about our life after disappointment. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords. And so we can read this a couple different ways. But when we're looking at an energy that most times we immediately think deception, this could be overcoming or moving beyond connections that were more deceptive and that robbed you of this leadership, of this happiness. And I said leadership initially, but if you were a part of something, and you felt like you were, if you feel like your role, your power, if you felt underappreciated or not acknowledged, I feel like this is you deciding to take your gifts elsewhere, right? I think you understand that you do have a gift, you have a mission in this life. And it is through you not participating in things that are not fit for you that you are able to live your truth, create your truth, and really establish it from a place that's uniquely you. And so the Seven of Swords can also be the energy of moving in silence, right? Just being very secretive about your movements, your thoughts, and so if this is you in this Three of Wands energy where you're really planning, creating, and anticipating what's coming in as a result of your efforts, you could be doing all of this in silence, right? Because you're protecting your truths, you're protecting your peace. When Spirit had the solitude card down here in pleasure, sometimes it's through solitude that you get a chance to heal and reflect. And not everybody has to know what you do when you do it while you're doing it. And so when you're in this space of creating and birthing something new in your life, when Spirit has shown you something, when you are interacting and engaging with Spirit through your heart and your mind, when you accept this opportunity, this cup, this new possibility in life. Once you accept it, you walk into different truths. You walk into unknowns. You walk into a clear mind about what you have to do. And sometimes you may not want to be sharing that with another, right? And to a certain point, we should move in silence, with Spirit being the only one that you communicate with. Now, I did have 2 extra cards come out, so I'll talk about them. But we have the Five of Cups, which talks about emotional loss or grief. And then we have work. And so if it was through losing what got you to this planning phase is the fact that maybe there was some type of deception. Maybe there was something unknown about something you were emotionally invested in, something that robbed you of your happiness. And so you were just kind of stuck in that space. But what got you out of that space is you focusing on your own creativity, you focusing on what you love, and you focusing on you putting your energy into really working hard, but having something to show for the work you're doing in this life. Alrighty. 11s, I hope something in there was beneficial. Take care. Bye-bye.